Shocking truth. Is Canada fully prepared for the unseen crisis approaching fast? As Canada faces a looming economic crisis, the nation is grappling with a series of alarming trends that could have profound implications for its future. Recent projections indicate that the country may lose an additional 100,000 jobs, raising serious concerns about its economic stability. Economists are sounding the alarm over shrinking GDP per capita, persistent inflation, and a housing market under severe strain. While officials debate the causes, ranging from tariffs to monetary policy, the data paints a troubling picture for the Canadian economy. Despite not being officially classified as a recession, Canada has experienced negative per capita GDP growth for several consecutive quarters. The private sector has already shed 70,000 jobs in just 2 months, while public sector employment continues to rise, skewing GDP figures with what many consider non-productive economic activity. This imbalance raises questions about the sustainability of current economic policies and the effectiveness of government interventions. A critical issue is Canada's over-reliance on the housing market, which now accounts for nearly 40% of the nation's GDP. This figure dwarfs contributions from key industries such as oil and gas, manufacturing, and finance, which traditionally formed the backbone of the economy. Between 2017 and 2021, investment in housing as a share of total gross fixed capital formation exceeded 40%, the highest among G7 nations. This heavy dependence on real estate has created a precarious situation, particularly as rising mortgage rates and falling housing prices threaten to destabilize the market. The recent introduction of innovative housing initiatives in Toronto, such as utilizing shipping containers for senior housing, has sparked both interest and criticism. While these measures are presented as cost-effective solutions to a growing problem, many argue they reflect a failure to provide dignified accommodations for an aging population that has significantly contributed to the economy over the years. Critics contend that such initiatives may be more about quick fixes than long-term solutions, highlighting the need for a comprehensive approach to housing. A significant driver of the current economic imbalance is the concentration of household wealth in real estate. A 2022 Ipsos poll revealed that 77% of Canadians view their wealth as tied to property, with even higher percentages among younger and older demographics. This level of exposure to a single asset class poses substantial risks, particularly as the housing market begins to falter. As prices decline, homeowners find themselves in increasingly precarious positions, and the potential for widespread financial distress looms large. Recent reports indicate that some homeowners in Ontario have seen declines in home values of up to $400,000, with the downturn affecting markets across Toronto, Ottawa, Cambridge, and Niagara. This widespread decline not only impacts individual homeowners, but also has broader implications for the overall economy. As real estate prices fall, many Canadians are rethinking their financial strategies, with some turning to precious metals like gold and silver as a hedge against inflation and economic instability. Historically, these assets have served as a refuge during times of uncertainty, suggesting a shift in how Canadians view their financial security. Inflation remains a persistent challenge, complicating the economic landscape even further. Although headline inflation briefly dipped following the temporary removal of the federal carbon tax, core inflation metrics continue to exceed the Bank of Canada's target range. Rising bond yields suggest that the market anticipates ongoing inflation, leading some analysts to argue that early rate cuts by the central bank may have been premature, potentially exacerbating the situation. This complex interplay of rising prices and interest rates adds layers of difficulty for consumers and policymakers alike. In the midst of this economic turmoil, political leaders are stepping up to address the crisis. Mark Carney, the new leader of the Liberal Party and Prime Minister, is advocating for policies aimed at stabilizing the economy and addressing the housing crisis. His leadership is characterized by a focus on innovative solutions and a commitment to restoring confidence in the Canadian economy. Carney's background in finance and his previous roles in global economic governance position him as a knowledgeable figure in navigating these challenges. Conversely, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre has been vocal about the need for accountability and change, criticizing the current government's handling of the economy. He emphasizes the importance of addressing the root causes of inflation and job losses, positioning himself as a champion for fiscal responsibility and economic reform. Poilivre's approach resonates with many who feel the pinch of rising prices and stagnant wages, making him a formidable voice in the ongoing political discourse. As these leaders navigate their respective strategies, the general public remains anxious about what the future holds. Many Canadians are feeling the effects of economic uncertainty in their daily lives, from rising grocery bills to increasing costs of living. This sense of unease is exacerbated by the pervasive narrative that the economy is on shaky ground, leading to a growing demand for decisive action from those in power. The pressure on political figures to deliver results is mounting, as citizens seek reassurance and tangible improvements. In light of these challenges, there is a pressing need for a cohesive economic strategy that addresses both immediate concerns and long-term sustainability. Policymakers must consider how to diversify the economy beyond the housing market, fostering growth in other sectors such as technology, renewable energy, and manufacturing. By broadening the economic base, Canada can reduce its vulnerability to fluctuations in the real estate market and create a more resilient economic framework. As the situation evolves, it is crucial for Canadians to remain informed and engaged. Public discourse surrounding economic policies and their implications is essential for fostering a well-rounded understanding of the issues at hand. Citizens must advocate for policies that prioritize their well-being, pushing for solutions that address the root causes of economic instability rather than merely treating the symptoms. The question remains, is Canada fully prepared for the unseen crisis approaching fast? With the right leadership and policies, there's hope for recovery, but the path forward will require careful navigation and a commitment to addressing the underlying issues threatening the nation's economic future. As the nation stands at this critical juncture, the decisions made today will shape the landscape for generations to come, underscoring the importance of thoughtful and proactive governance in these turbulent times.